And there's two of me. And I'm very rigid for some reason. Well, let's see if we can fix that. Hopefully we don't have any tech issues today. Well, tech issues is an understatement. The tech was fine. It was, in fact, the internet that decided it wanted to be difficult. And with that, let's perform a quick reset on myself. See what we get here. There we go. There's full movement me. Hello everybody, it is I, Blazing Flame Studio, and similar to yesterday, minus the internet problems, we're gonna continue account reviews and just kinda chilling. Just kinda chilling today. If you'd like your account review, feel free to put it in the chat. I will need your UID, and I will need what characters you would like reviewed. We're also going to be assisting people in co-op. That is the other big plan for today. And let's see here. We need to go get some crystal flies so we can condense the remaining bit of resin that we have. Get over here. And number 3. Perfect. Alright. We'll have to do one daily commission, but that's fine. Perfect. Perfect. Karma. Well, guess we know who our first... Leaving the current interface will initiate the teleport. Oh, that teleport. Hello, Novelette. How can I help you? Hello. Can I help you? For those who are looking for an account review, just put your account UID, any region works, and the characters you'd like reviewed, and put them in the chat, and I will get to them in the order that they are received. If you need in-game assistance, I'm also able to do that, but only for NA accounts. Can I see the damage of my rifle? Sure thing. Any particular team, or do you just want to see? Team that does as much damage as possible. I can certainly assist in showing off some damage. Stay close and you will live.
Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Let's see. What's a good place to do this? Sure, Masanori. Everyone's favorite punching bag. Let me get my ults up. And charge my ults. Should be a guy down here somewhere. If I'm remembering my Inazuma lore correctly. Where is he? There he is. Hello.
There is no escape. Let's light it up.
Yep.
Miscalculated frostbite.
There we go. Now back to Masanori. How is everybody doing today, chat? Despite internet issues yesterday, we should not have that today. I think it had something to do with a storm that was coming on yesterday. Though I will definitely admit to the fact that it was not raining when we started having internet issues yesterday. But it did start raining soon afterward, so. Alright, Masanori. I'm gonna show off some damage.
Let my name echo in sound. The echoes of the valley. Shine down. Now you shall perish.
Enough damage for you? Glory to the Shogun and her everlasting reign. My main before Farina worked on her for quite some time to make sure she could do all that. Gotta have a good Raiden Shogun emote, right? Where's the Raiden Shogun emotes? Oh, that's not. That's the co-op person. That's not my team. My team's the Farina because my Farina's C6, so I get more fanfare points, and it results in more damage than Sora. I mean, I agree. While I do agree, since I can only have 2 people in my party, and I don't think that Karma was there for particularly assisting, I think it's just they just chose not to put the character in, so I was just doing the showcase with only 2 people. In general, yes, C6 Sara is definitely more advantageous than Bennett. Karma, I do not believe Karma is a viewer. Karma just randomly requested to join my world and asked. And so I acquiesced to the best of my ability in co-op. Want to charge your ults first? Alright, I mean, I know that, so I don't have... So my main question about that build, or that team comp, because I do not have Chevre's built. I will admit to that. I don't have Yansan built either. And I don't think my Yansan is C6. I don't believe anyone in that team heals, question mark? In that case, Bennett may be better just for a sustainability standpoint. You might lose out on personal damage. Yansan does heal, okay. Well, if that's the case, let me really quickly run over to my Yansan. And you said it's a C6 Yansan? So let me take a look at what the C6 constellations in mind. Night Soul Point Restoration, damage increase.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn.
So Yansan's
or
acting as a
bubble
sub
rising
DPS.
through water. Transitory.
Increases your attack by 30% and restore an energy restoration. Talent's doing AoE electro damage and an attack bonus of 330. So I need to make sure that I'm paying attention. Alright, cool. Let's go.
There is no... Everybody stick! Time to shine!
I guess I'll pop this just to give him a hand.
Shower me with praise! Let the world fly! I'm determined!
So yeah, I'd say... let me give a better look at what Yansan actually does before I give any full judgment. It looks like Yansan kind of serves, especially with constellations, gets a little bit of a sub DPS role, if I'm understanding correctly. Yeah, Chevre's, I know that those buffs are insane. think it's because they weren't doing as much damage as me, is my guess. But I have a C6 Farina who is gonna obliterate most things.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Ha!
Well, I am doing account reviews, so let me see if it's in their showcase. Nope, it's only Shangli.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
And into showcase. So adding right into showcase isn't going to show up immediately here. Would the write-in be able to show up on Akasha? I don't know how different it is versus in-game client, because I know the in-game client takes forever for that to work. Two to 3 minutes once they add it. For Akasha or for in-game client? In-game, okay. And do they need to leave the world and come back? I know in the past I've had to do that. Yeah, I know Akasha does it, I just don't know. It can take 3 or 4 minutes as well for stuff to update.
Rising through water.
Okay, cool. Would take 3 to 4 minutes.
Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
If you want to. I mean, in addition to this being an account review, I put the stream title at account reviews and account flexing because I think that people really like having that. And I also have a set guide that I can give to people. But in addition to that, another part of the stream, and people seem to really like that yesterday, is I'll just go into co-op mode and help anyone who has I need help in the name. And it leads to some interesting interactions, as my stream yesterday showed. Actually, I think it's best.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
You want to see the tips live.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be
My
happy to teach you.
Rena is on Refinement Rank 2 Splendor of Tranquil Waters. I've had her C6 R1 since her original banner. I picked up Splendor of Tranquil Waters R2 at her most recent re-release. He's running 4-piece Marashose Hunter, obviously C6, and 10-13-13. I mean, to be fair, I think her signature is still her best in slot weapon on most cases, and quite honestly, it just looks so good.
Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone
Yeah.
and unchanging.
And plus, just double checking, you're talking about Key of Kaj Nasut, I believe. Because the big thing about Key of Kaj Nasut for me is just, this is a travesty of nature that this is what Nilu's proficiency looks like.
The world remains constant over the centuries.
I nearly did not refine
like
my Splendor of Tranquil Waters just so she could have this.
Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
But this is top 1%, so. Gotcha. I will get to, I'm assuming that is a account you'd like reviewed. I will get to that once I have finished with Karma. Okay, Raiden has updated. Thank you for the tip on Akasha. I thought people had to leave and come back in order to get that to work. So thanks for that. Send a message once you are in, and I'll start the review.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water.
Yeah.
Transitory.
Hello, Karma. How are you doing? All right. Looking at the Raiden Shogun. I will keep in mind we've got an E, or not E0. My word, Star Rail. What are you doing to me? 19,037 and even 1,500 attack. Thank you for the follow, Karma. 1,500 attack, which I believe, honestly, impressive that you got it to exactly 1,500. 996 defense, 56 240, 75 over 121, 278 energy recharge. Weapon, we've got an E1 level 90, engulfing lightning, makes sense. And then 4-piece emblem of Severed Fate, C0, 10, 10, 10. Alright. So I'm gonna guess, let's see here. Crit rate only here. Crit rate, oh my goodness, that's a 10.5, 21, 43, 43.5 CV. That is a very nice piece there. This is quite nice. You've got crit rate, crit damage, energy recharge, crit rate, crit damage on piece electro damage, or off piece electro damage goblet. That makes sense. That's always the hardest one to farm. 6.2 over 13.2. Very nice here. And yeah, so the only thing that immediately comes out to mind here is this piece, which you could maybe get slightly improved to have double crit stats.
Tea parties are
So to compare to let's actually go ahead, since you're in my world
I'd be
already.
happy to teach you.
Let me... You used Bennett with your showcase. But let me show you what my Raiden does with no support. Or rather, let me just put, like, Barbara in the team. That way it's just for the healing, and we're not getting any external buffs from Farina. Because that is a better, more accurate showcase of what my Raiden can do, rather than just full potential, because she's probably getting a decent amount of the damage that you saw from the C6 Raiden. I believe my Barbara's running not Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. I believe she is running... Yes. She is running the Everlasting Moonglow.
Don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
Alright. Karma, I will say if you don't want to get randomly knocked by this, you may want to move. Gotcha. Alright. So this is going to be my damage with Raiden without Farina giving massive support.
There is no escape.
Alright, no damage whatsoever. As you can see, it's right around 10, 13, 7. When I do charged attack, again, obviously there I got blocked, but... So as you can see, I went... The majority of that damage was coming from... I did 47 there on a non-crit, 5, 12, 16, 19 on a charge.
Shine down.
I'll protect us. La, 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 la.
There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal.
That's fine. That's what C6 bar is for.
Gaining the upper hand.
But yeah, without Farina, my damage on her went from like 40 to 50,000 damage a strike to like 10 to 12, which is right around what you were doing with buffs. So, in all honesty, your Raiden is comparable to mine in terms of, yes, my constellations are making it so that I don't need the support to do the damage you're doing, but you're still almost on par with what I'm doing with that support. And the only reason that is because I'm pretty sure C3 for Raiden has some sort of res shred. Or, not res shred, but sorry, C2. Yeah, C2 ignores 60% of opponent's defense. Plus, I'm getting an extra 3 levels off my elemental burst.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
Stat-wise on mine, I am running... Mine is a top 1% Raiden. And I am running 4-piece emblem just as you are. I'm 73 over 148, so my crits are a little bit higher on the damage, I believe. I believe yours was around 112. Let me double check that information. Yeah, yours is around 121 with the same crit rate, so obviously I'm also doing a little bit more damage because I have 20% extra crit rate. I believe you're running more energy recharge than me, because you're at 278. I believe I am sitting at a solid 260-ish? 250. So you have more energy recharge, so maybe, and I'm also doing this, I believe, I'm running an attack percent Sands. You could try that. Yes. I will say as well, I am not running electro damage bonus, I'm running an attack percent Goblet. I'm running attack percent Sands and attack percent Goblet. I lose out on ER with that. but I found that it increases my damage per second overall through testing. I will also say I traditionally do not use Raiden with Farina. My Farina is C6 because I wanted her to be a DPS, and so she's the main DPS for my usually a Bloom team. For this particular build, the way that I've got it constructed, it was doing more damage than electro damage bonus,
human
yes.
life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
I've swapped between electro damage and attack percent. I've swapped between energy recharge and... In fact, I probably still have the energy recharge sands that I used to use on her. This was one of the sands I used to use on her. This was another one of the sands I used to try. Ultimately, even the official Genshin one will recommend you can do either electro damage or attack percent.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
I just found attack percent to be more beneficial to me overall. But yeah, in terms of your build, Karma, you're on par with mine. I'm just getting more damage from constellations. So I would honestly say that there's... Beside maybe trying to get more crit rate, crit damage, maybe you can try an attack percent sands and see if that increases your overall damage. But I mean, overall, you're on par with mine. I'm just getting more damage because I'm C6.
The world remains constant over the centuries. But human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Alright. Well, do you want to test on Masanori once you put that on? Because you were doing around 10 to 12k before. With my Farina buff. Let me put Farina back in the party so we can do a test similar to the one that we had before.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Alright, and I have my ult up. Let me cue it in. Popping my ult.
Shine that lightning, killing stone.
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
13. My ult is down. 12, 15, 18. So that's without Farina ult. Because my Farina ult's not up anymore.
Cheap tricks.
18, 22, 26.
Let the world collide.
Right over your head. Let me try.
Ow.
May I present?
60k on the non-crit.
From the
Up.
world.
Not to worry, I got it.
Illusion shit. Let's light it up.
Brilliant!
Yeah, your damage did go up quite a bit. You were doing over what you were doing normally, and my Farina ult wasn't even up for that first set of damage you did, where you were hitting 16, 17, 18k off each hit. So your damage definitely did go up with the attack percent goblet. So a little minor change, and you already went up, 3,000-4,000 damage per strike, so. Hopefully that's helpful. Anything else I can assist with while you're here? Sure, we can do a test with Shalona. Dun dun dun.
Time to shine. Inazuma shines eternally.
19, 25, 25, 18, 25. I'll let Farina... I won't use Farina ult for the next one, so we know what the damage is like without it. 92, 17, 14, 11.
Mine down.
Ready.
91, yeah. Independently, I think the damage was slightly worse between Shalona and who you used previously, but keeping in mind that in your own world, you're going to have both of them in the team, or some variation of that, so it'll stack. I mean, the damage is still pretty decent overall.
Potted plant on the porch has died again?
Boring. Isn't there anything else more
Yeah, I mean, overall, it definitely looks like even that small change has definitely improved the damage overall. Happy to help. Anything else you need help with while you're here, or...?
The world remains constant over the centuries. But human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for hopping in. I'm gonna... Now that I'm finishing up with you, I'm gonna move on. I believe... Icy, are you still in the chat with... Because I know you wanted to have an account review as well. Alright, good luck with the farming. See ya. Okay, not your account, but yes. Alright. Are there any characters on the account in particular? Alright, thanks again, Karma. I'm gonna disband the team. I think we were in my world, so you can't start the stuff in yours. Anyone? Alright. Gotcha. Mystery account. Good to know. Oh, this is one of the ones that we need Akasha for. Got it. Let me get up Ye old Akasha. Oh, it works on friends page? Okay. Let me do that then. Then I'll have to swap tabs. Alright. Oh, sure. Alright. And search by UID. Eugene. Got it. Oh! I see it's one of these accounts. Okay. In the background, I'm just going to put in this same UID on Akasha. I'm assuming this is someone who is very much, yeah, top 1% for most characters. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Is this the... I know that there's a YouTuber named Eugene that I know people used to react to a lot. I have to wonder if this might be the same person. But, regardless... Okay. Let's take a look at this absolute whale account. Yeah, I don't know. Or no, sorry, no, I'm thinking of Mujin, not Eugene. Okay, 2,352 attack, 986, 61, 56 over 254. I'm assuming R5. Yep. Okay. And let's take a look at these artifacts. This is just going to be a flex here. I'm not going to grade these. 12.8, 13.2, 24, 25.6, 30. Ridiculous CV. Ridiculous CV. My word, the CV. That's the worst of the badge, and that's incredibly good. And yeah, so I'm assuming Triple Crown. Oh, not Triple Crown. Okay. And yeah, C6. Unsurprisingly, Seat Lolly, 17,600 HP, 1038 attack, 841 EM, 76 over 150. R5 of Offering of Star Colors Watch. Insane. Insane. My word, there's more crit damage than crit rate on that. 36 CV, give or take. Incredible. Just incredible. C6, 6, 13, 13. Chaska, 2407, 52 over 289. R5, Astral Vulture's Crimson Plumage. Oh yeah, this is 100% someone who is constantly resin refreshed. 100%. That's 47, 48 CV right there. This could be improved, but I mean, I'm not gonna judge this. Shalonen, 1770 or 1176 attack, 2910 defense, 72 over 138. R5 Peak Patrol song. Oh no, R1 Peak Patrol song. Okay. C6, figured as much. That might be the most impressive artifact I've seen so far, that it's exactly 14% on both. 5 and 21, 12 and 7, 10 and 19. My word. Raiden Shogun, 71 over 168. R5 Lightning, 4-piece emblem. My word. This is insane. I gotta ask. I see. You've co-opted with this person before. What was this damage like? I'm assuming this was off the chain insane. Arena, 33,260, 1170 attack, 884, 90 over 243. R5, Splendor of Tranquil Waters. It pretty much died in... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 4-piece Golden Troop. 32 CV, give or take here. 32 CV, give or take here. My word. 40.7 CV here. C6. 8, 13, 13. Funnily enough, do I... I might have a slightly higher Farina than this, but it's on different charts. Arlecchino, 2353, 76 over 226. R5. My goodness gracious. Oh, several. Oh, gosh. The one main thing that prevents me from making an accurate depiction is the UID would assume that this person's been playing for a very long time, but the characters showcased are fairly new. The oldest one being this character from Inazuma. I think Gaelon came out after Raiden. Cloran, 61313, C6. Harmonic Whimsy again. This is Machine... Is this for Million Hereafter? It is. I'm going to assume that they have... yeah, true, Hu Tao. The only reason I wasn't saying anything about Hu Tao is that I think this is the skin version, so it's possible that she was picked up on the rerun. Crimson... Oh my word. Good Crimson Witch of Flames artifacts? No one ever has good Crimson Witch of Flames artifacts. What is this? How much EM? Only 674 EM on Nita. R5, C6. Yep. Dendro damage, 44 EM. No EM on that. EM. 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 And crit instead of... Actually, let me... No EM on that crit. 70 over 141. Okay. R5 Thundering Pulse. Shimenawa, best in slot set. My goodness. Yeah? Yeah. How much the HP? 32,960, 85, 254. Yeah, the problem is I'm not even sure if that's a weak build because I don't know how much her constellations impact damage. I've never even seen this artifact before. Well, hardly comparable to this. There is someone in my friends list who is similar to this. Let me see if I could find this. Not nearly comparable, but it seems we share having randomly been in a co-op with someone who did a ton of damage. 67 over 305. Not all of them, but a lot of them are C6R1. And then artifact-wise, it's just more of the same. This is almost 40 CV. Almost 40 CV. It's insane. 90 over 238. R5 Thundering Pulse. Gen 1313, C6. I don't believe it's a better Farina than mine. Also, yeah, more crit damage and crit rate on the crit rate piece. I think mine still inks out slightly, only because I have R2. Stat-wise, it probably is better, though. 67 over 305 definitely beats my Farina. My Farina is currently sitting at a solid 62 over 297. And I know that my Farina could be better. But honestly, once I got to top 1%, I was like, my Nouvelette is not C3. I actually don't like Nouvelette. I have seen C0, R0 Nouvelettes doing more damage than my C6 Farina. And quite honestly, I just don't like the playstyle. I have every single character in this game, Icy. I have every single character in this game since launch. With the intention to eventually build all of them. I have Lanyan, I have semi-built versions, I have C6 versions, even Klee. Klee's here. Aloy is here. With her weapon that was the Xbox exclusive. Or PlayStation exclusive. Klee I've had since she first came out, when she could still decently be considered good. How much more did what take? Oh, it's taken a ton, but thankfully... Thankfully... I still have a ton in reserve. It's artifact farming that's usually the hardest. Top 5 regrets. I don't really regret anyone I've pulled. I genuinely do enjoy everyone. There are a couple that I regret pulling at the time, in terms of I knew I would get them, but maybe I shouldn't have gotten them off the first rerun or off the first run. I'm not a Baiju fan. I started liking him a bit more after doing a story quest on stream a few days ago, but just not a huge Baiju fan overall. Klee is just not... Klee is there for being clean, not so much for being competitive. Not that there's really a competitive scene in Genshin Impact. Not a huge Kaveh fan, but... Oh, yeah, my biggest regret was getting lucky, if you can believe that. I did wish on Tighnari and Dia. Dia I wished on because I actually did build Dia. I got her and her weapon for that. And she's E1, though I think I lost 50-50 on that. My biggest regret was getting lucky on this guy. So the story goes, I was pulling for Goro on this banner. I am not an Ito fan. I find him somewhat obnoxious, to be honest. I believe on his first rerun, or on his first run, he paired up with Goro, and I forget who he was paired up with on his second one, but it was another new character. I forget who. But yeah, I believe I got C1 of him before I got one copy of Goro, and it was because these were back to the first copy and E1 were back to back. Before I got Goro, so I got him and I got both copies in like 20 pulls, and then I got E2 and E3 the next time he reran because I was pulling for the other new 4-star character that had come out that was on his banner, and I got back to back on both of those as well. And I did not get the 4-stars on those banner until I got 2 copies of him on each. My biggest, my sob story of Genshin, I guess, would be I greatly dislike this man. It is by far probably my least favorite character in this
Where did
game.
that come from?
I have him built because he's good for Abyss, and I pull him out on occasion there. I mean, I did that quite a couple times with Farina. I did have a couple earlies, but I definitely lost probably 3 or so 50-50s. This guy, and this is really going to tell you something, I pulled on the Kaching banner. The Dance of Lanterns Kaching banner. And Kaching had her limited up banner. I pulled for Barbara Constellations. Because at the time my Barbara was not C6, I wanted to get Barbara to C6 because, well, her C6 cheats the Abyss by letting you just have a free revive. So it allows you to play a lot more aggressive. In the entirety of that banner, where I got Ching and probably, I believe, got close to Hard Pity again, I got one Barbara, and I got like 8 copies of this man. Other people that were on that banner, the third one just doesn't show up. Barbara comes home once, and this guy would not leave me alone. And every time that he is on a banner, if I am looking for a 4-star, he always shows up instead of that 4-star. Yeah, he would be decent with Dia, but I don't really need him, because if I'm doing a team that requires damage support, I just use Farina. Or I use Kucho Sara if it's a Raiden or an Electro team. But with that, let's head into co-op mode and see what people need help. Who needs assistance? Yeah, not that. I will not help someone who's just asking for free Primo gems. Otherwise, you will receive my assistance. But no free Primo gems. I've done a couple giveaways for sponsored streams. Fun fact, I can probably help with this, actually. I once gifted someone a Welkin Moon in the middle of their Abyss run, which nearly ruined their Abyss run because the notification came up. Hello. Honestly, I'm looking...
Bow your head.
He's still a fairly low-level player. But my advice is going to be, let me see here. Mondstadt obviously looks like Dragonspine has largely not been explored. I don't know what level the tree is at. Yeah, I'm gonna guess Inazuma. Inazuma's barely done. Sumeru looks barely done. Fontaine
I see the
looks
value in my own
basic
work,
done.
but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine.
The so yeah,
I will
the
continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
Ross bearing tree. The sacred sakura. What is the Sumeru is the Aranara tree. What's after the Aranara tree? The Fontaine one is the Fountain of Lucine. I don't know the name of the tablet in that one. You just have to redeem sigils you get from chests in that
Water
region.
comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor
Every
profile,
level.
but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
But you can still get them out. And also, the chests come half primo gems. Yeah, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say this is a fairly unexplored account just by the fact that I'm seeing animoculi in Mondstadt. Help while I am here. Yeah, they did get lucky with pulls. Or honestly, it is also just possible that these are the only two 5-stars that they have. Yeah.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm.
I'm gonna take that as don't need the help. To be honest, I miss this when we could just go through Mondstadt, find Sealies, find chests, find and everything. Even today, I have one chest I found in Mondstadt, and I've just marked it. Same for, I think, Inazuma. I have a Sealy I've never found on 100% region. But man, the good old days, huh? You could see the storm over Mondstadt. The Dragon Spine didn't have the pillar. Alright. Looks like this person doesn't need any more help from me, so. Yeah, be making a new account. I actually do have an alt account that I started that I don't even think has made it through Mondstadt yet. But so my first ever C6 character was actually, at the time, one of my favorite characters. It was Mona. And my first ever R5 was an R5 copy of Lost Paradise Sacred Winds. Every time I'd lose 50-50, I'd get Mona. Don't know why. I got C6 R5 on Mona before I got one copy of D-Luke. I start that new account. Who's my first 5-star? Mona. Who did I get while summoning on the Kamisato Ayaka banner? Mona. I believe I have a C2 Mona on that backup account. Budget Farina, but, you know. Back then, because I've been playing since launch, Mona was so cool back in then. Just, like, pops up everywhere. She was in the original event, Unreconciled Stars, where she straight up saw Scaramouche and was like, nope, we're out. Thanks. Alright. Who needs assistance? Surely somebody needs assistance. Not that kind of assistance. You know what? I'll give it to you.
I see the...
If you let me in, I will assist you. Since you're asking for help farming. Not... Okay. Well, I tried. How about another funny idea? One that's certain to get some sort of laugh. Let's just see. Actually, Artifact Domain is going to be the more funny way of doing this, because that's where people are definitely going to be. Chat, what do we think new players are going to be farming the most artifact-wise? Would it be Crimson Witch? Crimson Witch of Flames? You're looking for, like, new account artifact farming? Viridescent? Viridescent Venerer? Okay. Thanks for the tip. I rarely run Viridescent anymore, to be honest. There's just so many better options. Alright. Give Crimson Witch a shot. Crimson Witch was the one that always felt so bad to farm. Right up there with Viridescent, just because if you got Lava Walkers, it was so annoying. Anybody running Crimson Witch of Flames? Yeah, we'll give it a couple minutes. Okay, fine. Let's see if we can find someone who needs assistance. There's always people. Yeah, they nerfed a ton of them, if I remember. Join if your character has build problems. What do we think, chat? We want to pull a prank? Join this person's world? Say Farina has problems and see what happens? do a little trolling. Oh yeah, Emblem's almost always farmed. Emblem is one of the best artifact domains or artifacts in this game right now to this day. Yeah, we want to troll. We want to troll this person. Obviously, I would reveal at the end, but honestly, Marishose Hunter and Golden Troop is one of the better. Is up there for my favorite. Yeah, we'll not troll this person. Let's see if we can earn someone who actually needs help. Not that kind of help. Farming Mora. Alt account. Please help farm. Decline equals busy. Sure. Oh, well. What a surprise!
There's a lot that goes into managing an orchard.
Veressa.
Watering, weeding,
Hello?
fertilizing the soil, making sure the
Thought you needed assistance.
fulfill our pact. Watch out! Incoming!
Oh, might I help?
Yeah! Take me up! Incoming!
Also, how new of an account are we looking at?
It's pouring out here!
Man.
The water level...
Sarumi hasn't been fully explored. Looks like not a ton of it in Inazuma exploration. Natland's been fairly well explored, I'll give it that. And so is Fontaine. Sure. Which region in particular? We'll help this person for around a half hour.
Fulfill our pact! Watch out!
Alright. Yeah, probably. But they want to get Leeway out of the way, so what's the least explored area in Leeway right now? 77, 64. Chasm's 40. Are we counting that? We shall.
Tea parties!
Ah, let's find out. They do. Chang, Silali, Shalonen, Veressa. Probably lost to Chi-Chi, Tainari, and Mona. Thank you, Chang. Let's do this. Indeed. Let's go for an exploration-based team. Veressa, you're in, and I think Mavuika would be good for exploration. Yeah. Let's go you two.
Hurry up, Brassa!
Oh, bloody, bloody. I don't actually know if I can. Let me get this last thing and then I'll come over. Hold on. Guest at my location if you want to mark. True. Though to be honest, and this is something you asked earlier about my regrets for pulling. One regret I don't have for pulling, but I regret building is Zhongli way back when because of how having Zhongli just made the game so much easier. There's also a ceiling. Did they ask how? Oh. Also, I am multi-streaming with YouTube.
I got a new letter from the informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
Blazing Point Studio. Where did I see that Sealy? There it is. Yeah, I kind of like. The game was difficult back in the 1 point blanks, obviously already, but I kind of liked having that. Like nowadays, if I'm gonna do something, I just pull Farina out. I pull Raiden out. If I don't want to take damage for something, I take Zhongli. But back when you just had like Venti, Mona, a couple other people I'm not thinking of off the top of my head, then it just became so much. The difficulty was higher, and it made it so you just. I feel like you had more fun overall. The characters are obviously super fun now. So, you have the... I feel this person may not have the treasure compass. Don't know how to get him. Okay. I see. You play. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this, but you can get the compasses through reputation, right? I believe it's through the reputation system for each region. Yeah, I think I remember it being around 8. I think 9 was like a weird recipe, and then 10 was the glider. A decent thing to check. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so they've gotten through Sumeru. How are we on Fontaine? Do we have the boss unlocked in Fontaine? We do have the boss unlocked in Fontaine. Do we have the boss unlocked for Natlan? I'm actually not gonna lie. I don't have the boss unlocked for Natlan because I've been waiting to... Oh no, we have the... Okay, we have this unlocked, so we have to have the boss around here somewhere. Okay. Level 4.
Many insects have a compulsion to follow the light, and humans are the same.
Reputation.
Except we call that light hope.
Needed for Compass Estate. Take a level.
Instead of confining themselves to the heavens,
Show no mercy.
God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
You can get like 350, 360. Oh, it's 6. Is it 6? Is it really 6? Oh, that's way closer than I thought of so. Chat has given me false information. Potentially. I do not doubt chat. No 6. Gotcha.
Fulfill our pact.
All tasks have been handed out as I relaxing. Rose wells up inside of me.
Hey, who's that skulking around?
Desert of Haverbath. That seems like the optimal place to start trying. Inazuma, it's 9? Wow. That's insane.
Sand is the natural enemy of fire and civilization. In the desert, ruins are all that remain to tell the story of the past.
Looking for chests, looking for chests. Looking for Sealies and looking for chests.
Busted.
Is there something up here as well? Is it a ceiling? No, that's... No, no ceiling.
Quietly now.
Still alive. You.
Gotcha.
There we go. Continuing to survey. Guessing there's probably something in here.
Busted.
It's just one of those things that can only be unlocked with the...
Take it easy.
Probably one of those that can only be unlocked with that device from... Oh. Dendroculus over here. Where can I find a way to break this? Well, I think that Ruin Guard is broken. Pardon me, Joe.
Quietly now.
Rise with the sun! Full throttle!
Take it easy.
Where is... There's gotta be some way to break this nearby. Hmm. Well, not Dendro Totem, but I don't know what the accurate... Gotta be around here somewhere? I don't... Okay, I see that there's that up there. There's gotta be something nearby. Anything down here?
Looking for trouble?
Things are about to get set.
Nothing here. Not gonna lie, I'm not hugely familiar on how to get rid of those myself. Oh, you need the gadget, little red jar. Okay. See if I can find it in my own inventory. I don't even actually know if I have said gadget. I don't believe I do, actually. Was that the one from Jet's story quest? Not story quest, but Jet's thing. I have opened my inventory, but I feel like I probably don't have it.
Many insects have a compulsion to follow the light, and humans are the same. Except we call that light hope.
I don't believe I've done that yet. Oh, there we go. That. All right. Keep looking then.
Rev the engines!
Way back when, there used to be this huge thing where there would be a constant hiatus of good content. Where I think we had at one point like an entire year where we just didn't have content, and so I've hoarded content for a while now. So I've done like not a ton of story and world quests. Hold on. Thankfully, despite not doing a ton of quest stuff, I'm fairly familiar with all the regions because of the amount of exploration that I've done. What's that? Oh. Take it Varessa took fall damage.
Exploration and trials. Adventuring is right up my alley.
What?
Full throttle!
Yeah, definitely do not have that.
Rev the engines!
That takes us up here. What's that do?
Rise like smoke.
Breaks open the door.
Full throttle!
Pardon me, Fatui Camp. Do you have any treasures?
Full throttle!
Not appear so. Oh, never mind. Oh no, that's just a fire.
Try and stop me! Full throttle!
Hmm. Ah,
Try and stop
I remember this. I finished the story. I just haven't done a lot of the world quests. Oh yeah, I remember spending quite a bit of time on this one. Actually help with this? I don't think I can. Yeah.
Burn it down!
Guess I'll just provide support. Yeah, if I remember correctly, this took me about 10 to 15 minutes to do this. Let me set myself back up here. Varessa, you're going to be best for exploring long distances. I don't know if I can apply... I don't think... yeah.
Take it easy. Gotcha.
Over here. I'll deal with the guy down here.
Quietly now.
Well, the fact that you even got your shield up is incredible.
Heads up! Hero incoming!
Busted.
If I'm remembering correctly, there's like a weird sequence. Was there a sequencing for this? Or did you just have to put the... Did you just have to unlock everything? I feel like I remember there being a weird sequence to this. And it had to do with the number of pillars, if I remember correctly.
Adventure time.
I'm guessing the only time you did this would have been in 2023. Okay, nice little cheeky chest there. And back to what we were doing.
Hurry up, Brassa! Running late again.
Let me just teleport to the Weenet and come back. That way I don't plunge off the cliff and die.
Running late again. What?
There it is. Alright. Should be nearing the last step of the process. Okay. And they all shut down, didn't they? It has to do with the number. So this one is first.
Hurry up, Brassa! What? Off we go.
One there. That one's 3, so this one should be 2. Can I... Really? That make me go all the way through all this trouble just to get over here? And a 1. 2, 3. And 4. There we go.